Gavin's F1 stream starts in 2 minutes. It's nearly that hour the chat's alive. Counting down, it's almost time. 2 more minutes, feel the heat. Gavin's voice is on the beat. From Monaco to Silverstone, every corner, every zone, we're strapped in, no turning back. Racing hearts on the attack. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Gavin's stream is set to blow. Commentary fast and clean. It's the thrill of the F1 dream. Lap by lap he calls the fight. Feel the rush, the speed, the light. Engine scream, the world's in view. And it all begins with you. Lights are red, tension's high. Gavin's got the play-by-play live. Every overtake, every spin. 3 more minutes till we begin. So grab your seats, don't look away. The race is here, it starts today. With Gavin's call, we're on the line. It's Formula One, it's showtime. Grab your popcorn and enjoy my stream. Gavin's one stream starts in 2 minutes. It's nearly an hour, the chat's alive. Down, it's almost time. 2 more minutes, feel the heat. Gavin's voice is on the beat. From Monaco to Silverstone, every corner, every zone, we're strapped in, no turning back. Racing hearts on the attack. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Gavin's stream is set to blow. Commentary fast, clean, it's the thrill of the F1 dream. Lap by lap, he calls the fight. Feel the rush, speed the light, engine scream. The world's in view, and it all begins with you. Lights are red, tension's high. Gavin's got the play-by-play lift. Every overtake, every spin. 3 more minutes till we begin. Don't look away, stay serious. Gavin's here today. Gavin's grip, Formula One, showtime. Enjoy my stream. Grab your popcorn. Grab mine.
Engines fade, the helmet's down. Tonight, the city wears the crown. Neon rivers through the sky. Shanghai wakes and time flies by. From the barn to the towers that touch the stars, they walk together, no matter who they are. Lights of Shanghai, burning bright. Champions wandering into the night. Side by side where the roads unwind. Racers at heart, they find. The world feels small when the skyline shines. Street food smoke, the laughter flows. Stories traded like open road. Temples whisper, the future sings. In every shadow adventure they share the city, the spirit that thrives. Lights of Shanghai burning bright, champions wandering into the night. Side by side where the roads are white, racers at heart tonight they fight. The world feels small when the skyline shines. No podiums, no flags tonight, just faces glowing in the city light. Beyond the track, they're more than the game, a brotherhood bound by another name. Final lights and high, endless skies, dreamers together, no need to drive. On foreign streets, they still belong. In the heart of the city, they found their song. Engines will roar when the dawn arrives, but tonight in Shanghai, they're truly alive.
Finally, The Rock says, drivers, start your engine!
The lights go down in Shanghai tonight. Engines roar and the screens burn bright. From Beijing streets to the Pearl of the East, legends gather for the high-speed feast. Crowds are rising, the circuits ignite. Every corner's a battle, every second's a fight. And through the roar, you can hear the call. Gavin's voice bringing life to it all. Here they come, wheels of fire, pushing limits, climbing higher. In the heart of China, champions race. Only one will claim first place. Engines of glory, chasing the crowd. No one's slowing, no one backs down. Virtual sparks fly as rivals collide, drafting shadows on the dragon's ride. Strategy written in tire and flame, every driver's heart knows the game. Moments of silence and lightning speed, precision and courage are all they need. And above the roar, steady and strong, Gavin's voice is the rhythm of song. Here they come, wheels of fire, pushing limits, climbing higher. In the heart of China, champions race. Only one will claim first place. Engines of glory, chasing the crowd. No one's slowing, no one backs down. Through the Great Wall echoes a digital dream. Every racer's chasing immortality's gleam. With Gavin's call, guiding the storm, legends are born, new worlds transform.
Well, good evening and welcome to Friday night. It's Gavin Bass one. Just waiting on the guys to ready up here. We are with the night, and that is the World Esports Racing Championship League on a Friday night. Tonight we're in China, a full quali, 28 laps of a grueling course here at Shanghai. And I am really looking forward to this evening. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in this evening and watching the stream. And those who watch it back at a later time, also please enjoy. Quite a full grid tonight. Looks like we've got 17 or 18 drivers, and we're just waiting on the final few to ready up. So this is race 3 of their current season, their first season ever, actually. And this is a little league that is growing very, very fast, and attendance is very, very good, I must say. It's great to see. Leading the league at the moment is Almighty Cloud in the Mercedes. He's got 43 points. Then you've got Fonafay. He's in second position in the Aston Martin with 41 points. Commandery is in third place in the Aston, and he's also in 28 points. And the Raging Hawk in the Kick Saba has 22 points, sitting in P4 at the moment in the league. Then Dark Dev in fifth position. He drives the Kick with 21 points. Emre Boz, he has 20 points in the Haas. And a guy called Stretch is in the Racing Bull, and he carries 16 points. So those are the 7 top guys in the league after 2 races, and tonight obviously is the third race. And again, it's in China and it's Shanghai, and it's a phenomenal circuit. Really, really looking forward to seeing the guys racing tonight. For those just tuning in, this is WERC, the World Esports Racing Championship on a Friday night, coming from Shanghai in China. I'm the commentator for this league, and I am really looking forward to seeing who can put their car in the top spot this evening. So 3 quali sessions. Obviously, the first quali session, the first 15 go through. So anybody from P15 down misses Q2 and Q3. And then after that, after Q2, the top 10 go through to a shootout on the quali 3. And obviously that will determine who gets pole, second and third, and right down to 10th place. So lots to look forward to, and just waiting on the guys to ready up. "18 drivers so far. I don't know who we're waiting on. So far in the lobby, we have got Andy Allen. He's driving the Ferrari this evening. Also, Racing Hawk or Raging Hawk. He is the owner of Pure Speed Syndicate lead. He's driving the Kick Saba, and they drive on a Saturday and Sunday evening. Another fabulous league. Setters, he is in the Visa Cash app tonight. Quite a fast lad. I've seen him race before, so he's one to look out for. Then you've got Daza. He's driving the Visa Cash app also, and LFC James driving the McLaren tonight. This is a young lad that has been speaking to me a lot and seems to be very, very ambitious to try and get better at his driving skills. So, LFC James, wishing you the very, very best in this race this evening. Porky Lemur, he's driving the Alpine this evening, and Dark Devil is going to be driving the Kick Saba tonight. Banisher Bain, he's in the Haas, and in the Aston Martin this evening, we've got Kears. Suspension 4177, he's driving the Ferrari, and Rossi is driving the Williams. Really good to see Rossi in here tonight. I think it was myself that done the test drive with Rossi, and Rossi is a good little driver, and I look forward to see how he does. I think this is possibly his first race tonight if I've got the same guy right. Nice message from Raging Hawk. Afternoon, mate. Feeling tired today. No wonder, buddy. You never stop. Not looking good for race tonight. LOL. I want to see what I can do from the back. Yeah, good. Always good to set yourself a challenge. Raging Hawk also says he has a big feeling there could be rain tonight. Now that's not uncommon for China. That happens a lot. I hear James beat you earlier. Oh my God. Did he tell you that? I could beat him with one arm. I could beat him with one arm, Raging, honestly. Oh, yeah, good. That's the same Rossi. That's the same Rossi. So welcome, Rossi. Then we've got Dank Fiber tonight, and he is our Dank Fibber. He is driving the Red Bull, and the almighty Cloud, who is leading the league at the moment after 2 races, he's driving the Mercedes, and he's one obviously to look out for. Then you've got WRT Rossi 46. He's driving the Williams. He said he smashed you up, mate. Oh my God. I'm going to have to teach that young lad an absolute lesson. So he's racing a 61-year-old with a broken wrist, and I'm racing behind him the whole race, trying to show him and tell him all the corners. Then we're going down the very final straight, and he decides to move into a position not to try and let me past at full DRS and 100% the battery, and he starts to wobble around the track trying to stop me. So I did explain to him that he would have been totally disqualified for doing that in a race. Little rascal he is. Helmuth is in the Red Bull this evening, and Fonafay is driving the Aston Martin. Last but not least, we've got Emre Boz in the Haas, and IBN, the owner of this fabulous little league. He's driving the Mercedes-Benz tonight. So we've got a grid of 18 drivers, and they all seem to be readying up and looking forward to this race starting. Raging Hawk says that James said he's going to beat me too. LOL. I said probably will this race. Haha. But fair play to him. He's improving. Yeah, he's improving, but he's got an awful lot to learn about being aware of what other drivers are doing. And he's also got to stop using Twitch and Discord while he's racing and fully concentrate on the job. So yes, I've been coaching young James, and I got him 3.5 seconds quicker per lap on Bahrain just by going through the basics. So really, really looking forward to seeing how he does tonight, because he has quite a record of making major mistakes. So let's see if James can get round China tonight. Where are you at, James? You quiet, LLL. Oh, dear, dear. I'm just happy to help anybody that's looking for a little bit of help. Let's go Banisher Bane, says Mortal 3. Yep, let's go Banisher Bane. Good to see you, Mortal. Really nice to have you on board here this evening as we now ready up for Quali 1 in China. James says he feels like a cookery. James, you have a lot to prove tonight, so everybody's watching you, buddy. IBN has left the session. I don't know what happened there. but he has left the session. So we're in the pits, and all of those drivers that I named earlier are setting up their cars and getting everything together. For anyone watching this that doesn't actually race, the amount of things these drivers have to do, this is far from a game. They have to manage their fuel, they have to manage their tires, their tire pressures, their front and rear wings, their camber. They need to hit the DRS button going into the pits. They need to do all sorts of things with the ERS to make sure that they make the best out of the power of the car. They need to manage their tire wear, and they need to hit little buttons going in and out of the pits to ensure that they don't overspeed in the pit lane. So there's an awful lot for these guys to think about. And I'm getting some race reports in now that there's rain in Q2 and Q3. Gavin, I'm cooked. Yeah, what do you mean you're cooked? What do you mean you're cooked? So late Q2 looks like rain, and there's a Ferrari at the minute doing a bit of grass cutting. He must have thought that that grass needed a little trim, and that's suspension. So he's out giving the grass just a little trim and making sure that the course is in absolute immaculate condition for his lap. Suspension, you were caught on camera, buddy. You were caught on camera. So running down those drivers once again, Dark Devil, kick. Here's Aston Martin, suspension, Ferrari, Dank Fibber, Red Bull, LFC James, McLaren, Almighty Cloud, Mercedes, Andy Allen, Ferrari, Rossi Woe, Williams, Bonifay, Aston Martin, Porky Lemur, Alpine, Mercedes, IBN 18, Williams, WRT Rossi 46, Setters, Racing Bull, Banisher Bain, Haas, Emery Boss, Haas, PTV, Raging Bull or Raging Hawk, Pick, Daza, Racing Bull, and Helmuth, Red Bull. On board with Dark Devil. Round the first, very, very tight right-hander here in Shanghai, China, and we're on a fast lap with the Dark Devil in the kick. Let's see how he gets on. Could have taken that a wee bit tighter. Off he goes. And good evening to everybody tuning in this evening. This is WERC Racing League on a Friday evening in China, in Shanghai. I'm Gavin Bass 1, and I'll be doing your comms for the rest of the evening. On board with Dark Devil, and he's putting in the first lap this evening to set the stage for tonight's race. Let's see what the top speeds are down the straight. DRS activated. 209 miles per hour, Dark Devil tips into the right-hander. Takes that very well indeed. Slides up the gears quite quickly into the left-hander here. This is a difficult little corner, but he gets it perfect and puts in a 135.277. Setters gets a 133.6. On Rossi. This is the new lad. So all eyes on the newbie. Keeps it in 6th round there. Some people jump it up into 7th, but 6th is fine. Into the left-hander he goes. He takes a little bit of that rumble strip on all of it on the left. Gets the line perfect there. And Rossi looks like he's going to put in a very, very decent lap here if he can keep it together for Sector 3. So let's see if he can better 209 miles per hour. Or has he gone for a different wing setup? 208. So far 209 seems to be the fastest down there. Bonifay puts in a 132.8, and that's a cracking lap for Bonifay. Into the left-hander, Rossi goes and over the line with a 134.3, putting him in 3rd position on his first lap this evening. And he is the new guy on the block this evening. Banisher puts in a 134.8. Dank puts in a 135.067. Dark Devil puts in a 135. Helmeth a 135.9. And Suspension hasn't quite managed a proper lap yet, so we'll be looking at him. On with Porky. 7th placer Porky, that's a 135. 055, excuse me. On with Emery. Driving the Haas this evening. He just might get a little distant tow here. Good evening, Cal. Good to see you here. Thanks for joining us. How are you keeping, sir? That's Kaiza. Slams on the brakes onto the right-hander, and he gets that quite well. And gently, soft. Oh, he gets a little squirrely there. I hope that didn't take any time off his lap. Let's see, over the line he goes with a 132. Oh my goodness. Absolutely fabulous lap there by the Haas driver of Emery Bos. Superb altogether. At Raging Hawk, a little, but thank you for the sub last week, appreciated. Well, thanks, Gavin. Hope all is well your side. Yep, everything's good here, sir. Everything's good. On with James. Here he comes. And a 134.9 puts him in 15th at the moment, so James is in the drop zone. LFC James is going to have to go out again. Setters puts in a very good lap of 133.697 with Almighty Cloud in there in 5th position. Sorry, I got that completely wrong. LFC James is actually in 10th position. So he got it into 10th. Not a bad lap for you, sir. I'm on with suspension, and I'm going to take a suspension round on a lap because currently he's in P15, and I want to see if suspension can just secure his quali 2 position. So on board with the Ferrari driver. James needs an invite back. Invite sent. So the Ferrari gets it a little bit disjointed there. On with Dark Devil, P13 at the moment, trying to better a 135.055. Let's see how he is on the end of Sector 2. Big improvement there from Dark Devil. So Dark Devil is on target for getting himself into about P12, P11 possibly, if he can continue going. Round the right-hander, the final right-hander, and then into the left. Let's see what Dark Devil can do. Can he improve? Can I get it right? Can he go into P11 here? Oh, even better from Dark Devil. He gets a P8. That's a very secure lap, and that puts him in P8. And there's now a few guys starting to sweat. On with Helmut. He's backing off. On with Dank in the Red Bull. Dank's trying to improve on a 135.067. Coming into Sector 3 now. He's just harvesting the battery and getting ready for his lap that he really needs to be a good one. He's in the drop zone. You need to get out of the road, sir. There's a car coming behind you. On with Dank. Here he goes. Over the DRS. I don't know what he was doing there, but I hope he didn't hold the lad back. Into the right-hander. Nice and smooth round there. 1.5 seconds down. He's not using any battery, so I'm not too sure what Dank is doing here. Andy Allen. Andy's currently sitting in P16 with a 1:35.276. So let's see if Andy can better that in the Ferrari. On with Porky, he needs to better this 1:35. Oh, 2/10 up for Porky Lemar in Sector 1. Oh, beautifully tight there. Porky's on a really fast lap here. Sector 2, is there any more improvement? Oh yeah, he's nearly half a second up. This could put Porky in about P6. So Porky's, oh, he gets it squarely there. Oh, he's losing it. I hope that didn't cost him too much time. Absolutely sending it down there. Into the right-hander he goes. Takes that nicely. But he definitely compromised his time there with that wee bit of downforce grip. Into the left-hander. Still looking good. Porky's P6. Seen that coming. LFC James still in P13. It looks like he could be safe. On by Andy. Come on, Andy. Let's have you. And Andy says, I love that P9 position. Absolutely beautiful. The only one left on a lap at the moment is suspension. So, James, you are safe. Don't be worrying about it. You can't hear me talking. Andy Allen cannot hear you talking, mate. Can you hear me now? Probably just wasn't talking, Andy. Sometimes I stop talking. I don't like to talk all the time. I end up losing my voice, Andy. So anyway, here we have it. Funafay 1, Emery Boss 2, Almighty Cloud 3, Kears 4, Setters 5, Porky Lemur 6th, Rossi Woe 7th, Daza 8, Andy Allen, Nice Lap 9, WRT Rossi 10, Dark Devil 11, IBN 12th, Banisher 13th, James 14th, And unfortunately, I just missed the ones that were going down. Haha, yeah, I was on a hot lap with you. And there's the rain, is it? Not just yet, but it looks like it's not too far away. Absolutely not too far away. 15 drivers left for Q2 as always, all the way from Dark Devil right down to Helmuth here on the list of drivers at the minute. So they have to reset. Everything they did in Q1 doesn't mean anything. They now have to do it all over again, and I have to stick up the telemetry and the lap data to get everything getting ready. So I'm just going to put it on broadcast mode for a little minute while I pour myself a cup of coffee and get these guys all out on the track for Q2. Again, thank you everybody for tuning in to the WERC on a Friday night World Esports Racing Championships here in Shanghai in China. There is not a frog, monkey or snail safe in the outskirts of this city. If they are, they'll be at the end of the chopsticks. The Raging Hawk will know exactly what Gavin's doing right now. He's pouring himself an extra strong double espresso. This old man needs to keep the old energy going, keep himself awake for this most exciting race this evening. So can James make it into Q1 or Q3 this evening? That's the question that we're all asking after his arrogance of saying that he beat me. Imagine him saying that. I think Raging Hawk will have to teach this young lad James a few manners. Some really, really fast laps being put in here. I didn't actually think I would see a 1:32 this evening. Brilliant lap. So the coffee machine is percolating and it's just about to pour that absolutely beautiful double espresso. I'm just having a little smoke out the window of my holiday home and I'm talking away while I'm doing it. Don't forget, lads, big race on tomorrow night for the Pure Speed Syndicate. They're racing in Azerbaijan, the city of walls. I hope it's not a crushing show, but that wall of death at the Castle Centre, the Castle Corner, is a very, very difficult corner, and I'm going to be all over it for a rash. So if there's any spare seats going in Pure Speed Syndicate tomorrow night, get on with Raging Hawk and get yourself a seat. But I'm telling you now, it's a busy, busy league, and I'm not sure there's going to be too many seats available. So I'm going to try and get on with somebody that I haven't been on with tonight. Let's see who I haven't done a round with tonight. I don't think I've been on with Kears, so I'm going to go on with Kears in the Aston Martin. Really good driver, this guy. I've seen him racing before, so don't rule this lad out. Let's see what his top speed is down here. 204 miles per hour, 209, so Henry puts in a 132.576. He's just racing for fun. He can now have a chicken chow mein with gravy and French fries, and he can sit in the pits and not use any more tyres for this evening. So P2 for Kears, but he's just been put, there's Bonifay has just put in a 132. Emery Balls a 132.5, 132.9, so three lads in the 132s. Almighty Cloud 133.235, Setters 133.664. So they're all coming in with the laps now. And it looks like James has put in a 1:34.0. Great wee lap there, sir. You just keep up what you're doing. You're nearly in the 1:33s. That's a big, big improvement for James. So what we're doing together is working. Great to see it. Rossi in P10 right now, and IBN 1:34.287. So some really decent laps going on. And let's just get on with Rossi Woe here. He's just put in a 1:34.756, and Helmuth is on the pit lane still, and he is waiting to go out. Emery used Dark as a tow. Emery's not stupid. So the lads that are starting to think about what they need to do will be all the way from about Porky Lemar down. I think a 1:33.8 just might be just about safe. But Andy Allen, LFC James, Rossi 46, IBN, Rossi Woe, Dark Devil, Banisher Bane and Helmuth all need to put in a better lap to try and secure their position here, I think. They would need to get out quite quickly because I think the rain's coming. That's according to the guys that are reporting into me on Twitch, which is really, really much appreciated, lads. Keep the chat coming. It does keep me company. But James, stop you using Twitch while you're driving or you will crash. On the Dark Devil. He needs to improve in that 1:34. Sector 3's on now. Oh, beautiful round that right-hander. Oh, he just needs to keep the front end steady. In the kick Saba is Dark Devil trying to better that 13th position. But he's going into the pits. He's not happy with that. On with Helmuth. Over the line he goes. He hits the DRS and he's now going to maybe benefit from a toe here. Let's see if he can get that toe round the right-hander. Difficult to get this absolutely perfect, but looks like he's doing a decent job. Maybe runs it ever so slightly wide there, but not too bad whatsoever. That's lovely. Come on, Helmuth. Let's get you out of P15. Out of the way, guys. Oh, he was compromised ever so slightly there, I think. Helmuth will not be that happy about that, but I don't think it hurt him too much. He's still on a decent lap here. Red Bull driver, Helmuth. This is his first out lap, so a first fast lap, so let's see what he can do here. He's going to get a nice tow from the car in front. That looks like an Alpine. He just might get the distant tow. I think he will. Distant as might be. He's making everything off it. Look at that top speed. 203. Tries to tuck in behind. Using every single piece of knowledge that he has. Round the left-hander he goes. Where's this going to put him? P13, not good enough to get through to Q3 at the moment. Out with Porky. He's trying to better that 1:33. 854, Sector 1. Now look at Porky, he's 2/10 up already. So Porky's on a mission. James, save your battery and go again, says Raging Hawk. Into the left-hander and the right, nice and smoothly round there with a bit of the rumble. Oh, he gets a little squirrely there, but he's okay. I reckon Porky's going to secure his position in Q3 here perfectly well. I don't think he's too much to worry about. This is looking pretty good. Nice right-hand turn there. And I think the rain has started to come on, so Porky timed that perfectly. Gets himself up into P7, so he looks as if he could be safe enough. So there's the drop zones. James is right in the drop zone there at the moment. Rossi, IBN, Hellmouth, Dark Devil and Banisher Bane all might struggle because I think there looked like a little touch of rain there. So very, very important laps here for these lads. On with IBN now. But that rain has started to come and that definitely will affect their lap. And it's coming down quite quickly. So I've got a feeling these lads have left it too late. LFC James just might have got himself into Q3. And if he does, that's a fantastic job. Raging Hawk is out of fuel. He's fixed it. He might be okay. There you go. There's the slide that happens in the rain on soft tires. So I don't think there's anybody. Oh, I don't think anybody's going to get there. Not now. I have a feeling these are the final positions. So there you have it. That looks like your positions for the end of this race. I can't see anything changing now. Bonifay with a fantastic and in fact incredible 132.280. I consider myself a relatively fast driver, but I'll tell you what, a 132.280 is right out there. Emery Bawes 132.5, so he's really only a couple of tenths behind him. Hears puts in a fabulous lap of 132.978, so three guys in the 132s. They are putting in outstanding lap times here in Q2. Almighty Cloud P4, Setters in P5, Daza P6, Porky Lemur P7, Andy Allen P8. Good to see Andy through in the Ferrari. P9, LFC James, unbelievable. Rossi P10. So the new lad is through to Q3 here tonight, and that is amazing to see. Unfortunately for WRT, Rossi 46, IBN 18, Hellmouth, Dark Devil and Banisher Bane are all going to have to sit out and just enjoy the stream if they're watching and get on board with Gavin Bass 1 for Q3 here at Shanghai in China. Has anybody any information on the weather for the race? James, if you get P10, it doesn't matter. As far as I'm concerned, you have done an amazing job this evening so far. You've got yourself into Q3 with a bunch of really, really fast guys. Andy Allen says that it's going to be rain for the race. Dry start and then rear... oh, right, okay. So it looks like a dry start to the race with rain hitting near to the end. That's according to the forecast and also from my friend Raging Hawk. Thank you for that. So everybody listen up. That's going to determine what your strategies are going to be. So everybody now from P1, that's Fonafe, right down to P10, who is Rossi Woe, they are all going to start thinking very, very seriously about what they're going to do in this wet quali for Q3. If it does be dry, make sure you get right out there immediately. Get your fuels all set up and get ready to just get that car straight onto the track as soon as the weather forecast gives us what's going on. I just couldn't lock it in there, man. I know I was watching a couple of wee bits of it there, but sure, you're still in a decent position, and you know what? China's a great track for overtaking, so that big straight down to this before the start and finish. There's so many moves. Yeah, 133 is where it needed to be, and IBN has been doing that all day. So the rain is on, but it looks to me from the comments on Twitch that it might be due to go off. But just remember that Q3 is only 11 and a half or 12 minutes long. So yes, you have a chance to do something decent here if the rain goes out. So I think all the drivers are probably thinking exactly the same thing at the moment. What's the point in going out there if it's going to dry up? Some of them are going to. Let's have a wee look and see what their tyres are doing. LFC James is going out on a set of softs in the rain. Not too sure about that strategy, sir. But anyway, fair play to you for trying it. I thought you were going to wait on the rain coming off. Oh, he's actually not out yet, but it's showing on mine. He's just getting ready on the pits. Nice one, sir. During the break between quali and race, I'm going to be playing the national anthem of China. And the graphics that go behind that were put together by the league owner, and that was IBN 18. So I'm looking forward to playing that tonight while everybody just gets their nerves settled. So I was reading an article on Discord earlier that came out from the league owner, and he was quite firm about everybody really taking care into turn one. I don't know how many times I've said it myself, but you don't win a race on turn one, and you certainly don't win a race in China in turn one. It's a long track, lots of overtaking chances in China. So don't be a hero and don't try to do anything daft on turn one and let's try and make this a race without incident. It would be superb and a great advertisement for the league if we could all just get round the first couple of laps without incident. I do know that it does happen, but I can tell you now that a couple of the league owners that I speak with are very, very, very focused on this, and they just do not want drivers in the league that dive bomb up the sides of people on lap 1 and turn 1, and you do risk getting a ban from the race, from the league at the worst, or possibly a race quali or race ban. So lads, please listen up. The lads are all over this like a rash. They're two passionate guys. I'm talking about IBN and I'm talking about Raging Hawk. They both run two very good leagues, and they want to eliminate the dive bombers and the guys who don't give a damn about the other drivers. So I'm just giving you that word of warning. The two owners will be 100% behind me on those words, because I know they have people queuing up now to take a full-time seat in these leagues, and they will be absolutely ruthless with their decisions. So you can see now the times that are being put in now, they are considerably behind where it was on Q2. 1:43.237 for Emery on the intermediate wet tyres. Then you've got Kears on a 1:44.083. So Emery's very fast in the wet. Almighty Cloud in with a 1:44.385 and Porky Lemur 1:44.521. Fonafay in a 1:48. He didn't have a great lap there, and I'm not too sure he will really care too much about that, because we've got 6 minutes and 34 seconds, and from what I can tell, the rain just might be dying off. Everybody's got their own way of doing things, but if it was me, what I would do is I would go out 5 minutes to go with a set of mediums on and do a couple of laps with the mediums on, just to get them fully bedded in, and do the hot lap at the very end on the mediums. That way you'll get a wee bit of practice in as well. It's certainly a gamble what you do right now, but at the moment, Emre Boz is in pole position, and that's provisional. Bonifay second, Kears third, Almighty Cloud fourth, and Porky Lemur is in fifth. Setters in sixth place in that Racing Bull, and Daza in the Racing Bull in seventh. Andy Allen is in eighth position with a 1:46.922, and LFC James is in ninth position, and he is waiting to do a lastminute.com on either softs or mediums. It depends what he does. But it's all down to the weather. But right now on my screen, 4 minutes and 50 seconds left in Q3. The nerves and the tension are building up, and it's the gamblers who just might do the wonderful thing and just go out and squeeze in a fast lap on the dry tyres. But it looks very wet out there, and I'm not too sure that is going to work. Again, if it was me and I was sitting down there in P8, P9, I'd put a set of mediums on and I'd go out right now, and I would just stick it out and slide about there and hope that the last lap is dry. I'm just going to take a quick short break, and then I'll be straight back with you. Another double espresso raging. Another double espresso. And just while I'm talking to you, sir, I wish you a very, very good race. going from the back of the grid this evening. It's a good track to do it on. It's a track, as you well know, that you just stay patient, stay focused, and if you take one out every lap and you have your strategy right, there's no reason whatsoever where you could end up in the top 5 this evening. That's my prediction for the Raging Hawk. I think he could possibly get a P5 tonight. Let's see if he can do it. LFC James has bottled his strategy and he's decided to go out on those intermediate tyres. So the rain obviously hasn't improved much. He's doing a little bit of dancing. And there's that dry track that we were all talking about. You could have gone out in a set of mediums and done it. Hawk, he didn't listen. He didn't listen. Look at Emery Bawes. Emery Bawes has gone out on a set of softs, and Andy Allen has gone out on a set of softs. So all eyes on Andy Allen, because Emery Bawes has already got that secured in P1, or Emery Bawes will probably do even better now. But all eyes on Andy Allen. He's the one that has gone out on the soft tyres at the very end here, and I'm going to stay on board with his lap to see if the Andy boy can do it. Let's have you, Andy. I'm rooting for you, buddy, because you had the balls to do what needed to be done, and that was a very last-minute lap on the softs or the mediums. So I hope this pays off for you, because this is exactly what needs to be done. LB29, I'm dead proud of him, LOL. 3 weeks playing F1 and in Q1 a solid grid. I don't know where the 10th guy is. Don't know where it is. Riding on with the Ferrari driver who is currently in P8 and has decided to put on the soft tyres, and I'm just praying and hoping that this ballsy and bolshy move of Andy Allen is going to put him in P2. That's where he deserves to be. Emery Bawes is out on the softs as well. It's a 1:43.237 in. Nursing that corner nicely. That's beautiful. 1:39 for Kears. So that's the end of quali. James says he messed up and went out on he wanted to go out on the softs, but his team in the pits said that he recommended the wets, or he clicked on it by accident. Pole on inters, oh my days, says James. So there you go. There's your grid position for this evening, and it's all ready up. Funafay 1, Keers 2, Portney Limor 3, Setters 4, Daza 5, LFC James in 6th, and also Emery Boz is in 7th, and Almighty Cloud is in 8th, with Andy Allen in 9th. So what a position for James in his first race under a little bit of tuition from Gavin Bass. I'm real proud and really, really happy that this has happened. He's a young lad and he's really, really trying his damnedest to get better at this game. So he's obviously been listening, and he has gone out of the habit of just going in to time trials, which is not the right thing to do. Who cares about time trials? It's all about grinding the laps out, getting the muscle memory ready on your hands and ready for doing lots of solid races. Sorry, I'm just trying to talk at the same time, and I'm trying to set up our national anthem for this evening while you guys all ready up. So on that note, it's the national anthem time, and I hope everybody is ready for a really good, enjoyable race this evening at Shanghai. So here you go. Here's your grid, and here's your anthem. Everybody has retired from the session. Could somebody tell me what's going on? Do I need an invite back? Anybody listening, please talk to me. Somebody started early. Oh my God, not this again. No big deal. We just have to wait. So I'm just going to leave the session as well. And I'll require an invite back just as soon as somebody can. In the meantime, we'll just play the intro again.
Finally, The Rock says, drivers, start your engine!
Engines roar and the screens burn bright. From Beijing streets to the Pearl of the East, legends gather for the high-speed feast. Crowds are rising, the circuits ignite. Every corner's a battle, every second's a fight. And through the roar, you can hear the call. Gavin's voice bringing life to it all. Here they come, wheels of fire, pushing limits, climbing higher. In the heart of China, champions race, only one will claim first place. Engines of glory, chasing the crowd. No one's slowing, no one backs down. Virtual sparks fly as rivals collide, drafting shadows on the dragon's ride. Strategy written in tire and flame, every driver's heart knows the game. Moments of silence and lightning speed, precision and courage are all they need. And above the roar, steady and strong, Gavin's voice is the rhythm of song. Here they come, wheels of fire, pushing limits, climbing higher. In the heart of China, champions race, only one will claim first place. Engines of glory, chasing the crowd. No one's slowing, no one backs down. Through the Great Wall echoes a digital dream. Every racer's chasing immortality's gleam. With Gavin's call, guiding the storm, legends are born, new worlds transform. Here they come, pushing limits,
Engines fade, the helmets down. Tonight, the city wears the crown. Neon rivers through the sky, Shanghai wakes and time flies by. From the barn to the towers that touch the stars, they walk together no matter who they are. Lights of Shanghai burning bright, champions wandering into the night. Side by side where the roads unwind, racers at heart, they find the world feels small when the skyline shines. Street food smoke, the laughter flows, stories traded like open road. Temples whisper, the future sings. In every shadow, adventure clings. From the gardens of stillness to streets alive, they share the city, the spirit that thrives. Lights of Shanghai burning bright, champions wandering into the night. Side by side where the roads unwind, racers at heart.
So that's me back. Andy Allen was asking me there to give him the positions, but I can't do that. Not while I'm live streaming. I would have to stop the stream and look back. Sorry about that, buddy. But it's normally the lobby host that looks after that sort of thing. Really sorry about that. Are you talking to me, Raging Hawk? Okay, if you're listening, what I do know is Funafay was P1, Kears was P2, Porky Lemar was P3, Setters was P4, Daza was P5, LFC James was P6, Emre Boz was 7th, Almighty Cloud was 8th, and Andy Allen was 9th. That is the only information I have. So I don't know what's happening now. If anybody's listening, they can maybe let me know what the normal thing to do in terms of that. I always thought it was the lobby host that was the person that looked after all of these positions and stuff like that. So in future, is it me that needs to take screenshots and stuff? If so, I'll try to remember to do that. All right, okay, Raging Hawk. I thought you meant it was my duty to do that. It's the host that needs to do it. I'll try and remember too, so I'll try and help as much as I can. But I never even thought of it. But I've got those 9 positions for the top 9. Hope that helped him. I get you, get you. I didn't think it was the commentator's job to be doing that, to be honest with you. But in future, I will do it, and at least I can help somebody out. I never even crossed my mind to do it. Is there any way to go back on the stream? Yes, there is, but I would have to stop the stream, go onto my laptop, um, go through every Q1, Q2, and Q3 and try and find it. It would take forever. Um, so I did shout out the top 9. That's the best I can do at the moment. Yeah, anybody that has had their race streaming in the background, you know the way you have to do it for proving your point of view if you're in an incident or stuff. Maybe if you go into that and click and go right back, you might be able to see it. You'll have to restart your stream again, obviously, if you're going to do that. But yes, that way you might be able to flick back and see the positions. In the meantime, I'll just go on pause mode here until I see the race starting to come back up again. In the meantime, I'll just chill out. Okay, so that's me back. Let me just make sure my microphone's working. Good evening, Formula 12A. Let's go. Yes, indeed. We had somebody who readied up early, and poor Andy Allen is doing the host this evening. And was struggling a wee bit in getting the drivers back in their positions again for the race. It just shows you the importance of not readying up early, lads. It does happen from time to time, but it's really, really important you do read the messages that the owner puts out on Discord before the race. It's important that it doesn't happen. It causes the host stress and can really ruin their night for them, to be honest with you, and a lot of other drivers. But we've got a bunch of decent guys in here who understand that these things happen and they've been patient enough to wait. And nothing is what you do.
Appreciate you guys letting me have a drink. Nice meeting you, folks. Don't forget that cartridge. Have me on. Other inspired performers when you think they me.
It doesn't matter. Just stay with what you've got there. Has anybody any idea how long the race is going to last? Normal for the tires. Just keep them as they are. Just keep. You don't need wet setups, James. Yes, John's given you some good advice there. You don't need wet setups. You just drive a little more carefully. Keep an eye on those yellow lines that you've got on the turns and just obey by them, and you'll be fine. So just get your race set up together there and enjoy the race and try and keep it between the lines as best as you can. Feel sorry for Andy Allen tonight because this does cause a lot of stress, but I'm sure he's done a great job and I'm sure everybody will thank him for doing it in the background. But once again, the importance of not readying up on the grid, guys. You've got to listen. John, you didn't miss anything. The race hasn't started yet. We just went through quali 1, 2, and 3. It's not that exciting, really. The only thing I can tell you is some really, really serious times in there. And if you want to bounce into the race, you still could do and go from the back of the grid. If you've setups and ready to go there, you can bounce in. Yep, move on. Let's have a great race. Absolutely. I don't think anybody's too stressed apart from poor Andy. Good to see you on, John. Enjoy the race if you don't actually race yourself. Hawk, have you any idea how long the rain is going to last us for? Is it for the full race or is that rain going to ease? I don't know if it will allow me before if anyone can send a quick invite. I'll certainly try that. What's your in-game? James will do it. James, thank you. Wow, it's going to be a wet full race. So challenging times for all the drivers this evening racing around China in the wet. And if you're listening, John, James has sent you an invite. So you're more than welcome to join the race and go from the back of the grid and enjoy it as much as you can. But you know what happens in the wet? The frogs come out. So you might see a lot of wee Chinese guys running around gathering them up for their evening meal. Nothing better than a wee bit of frog and rice. Wee bit of chili sauce on there. You wouldn't even know it was a frog. Yum, yum. John says it's only a drizzle. It's only a drizzle, sir. It's only a drizzle. He's from Scotland. So we've got the start of the race, and we're off, I think. Yes, we are. No formation lap tonight. It's straight in there. And it looks like Bonifay's off to a decent start. I'm just watching everybody turn on. That Ferrari goes well wide there. Oh, there's a bit of a clasher going on there behind. But in general, it's not too bad. Oh, there's a Mercedes going off. And that looked like IBM has had a terrible start. And we've got an incident. So Bonifay is out the front already, and Kears is right in behind him in the Aston Martin. Porky Lemar is in third, Emre Boz in fourth, Almighty Cloud fifth, Setters sixth, Rossi is in seventh, WRT Rossi 46 is in eighth, Dark Devil is in ninth, Daza is in 10th, Helmuth 11th, LFC James is in 12th, and he's trying his best to stay on the track and doing okay. That Red Bull in behind him of Dank is trying very, very hard to get past, but he's squarely on that right-hander. That kick off TTV Racing Hawk is going to see the opportunity and maybe get the pass on the Red Bull on the straight here. Quite a bit of weaving going on by the Red Bull there. As he go try the inside move, he's going to maybe try it, but no, he's going to tuck in and does the sensible thing and just forms himself up and gets ready for his moves as the race goes on. Bonifay 152.518 is the fastest lap so far, so you can see that the laps are quite slow at the moment. On with Almighty Cloud in fourth, and he's in the Haas and he's chasing down Porky Lemar in the Alpine. Round the right-hander they go. So everybody's now settling into their stride, and we've got a wet race. Misfits John 86 says good luck to all and have a good clean fun race. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Look at the Williams inside move there on Setters, and Rossi 46 tries a beautiful move in the inside, and I think he has made it stick. And I'm just on with Rossi, he does, and that was a great move from Rossi. P6, this is the new lad. Oh no, it's not. I've got the Rossis mixed up. Setters takes that position back. There's your tyres. And there's your position changes. So look at Dark Devil. Dark Devil's up 5 positions. LFC James is down 6, but that's nothing to worry about. At least you're still on the track. So focus in there and just keep going, James. Rossi Woe is in 8. This is your new driver in P8 in the Williams. Doing a great job this evening in P8. Oh, Setters. Absolutely. Setters P6. Racing Bull. Nice move from Setters. Into the left-hander he goes. On with Almighty Cloud, and he is chasing behind Porky Lemar. So I'm just going to run down them as they are on the track at the moment. Bonifay in the Aston Martin P1. P2 is Kears in the Aston Martin. So Aston Martin 1 and 2. Porky Lemar in third in the Alpine. Almighty Cloud is in P4 at the moment in the Mercedes. He's being chased down by Emre Boz in the Haas. And that Haas is trying every move under the book to try and get P5. Or P4, sorry. WRT Rossi 46 is in the Williams in 6th. Setters P7, he's chasing down Rossi. Rossi Woe in 8th in the Williams, sitting nicely there. Dark Devil 9 in the kick. Daza Racing Bull in 10th. Helmuth is in 11th at the moment in the Red Bull. And LFC James doing really, really well there in 12th position. Tank Fiber is in 13th position in the Red Bull. PTV is in 14th. That's the Raging Hawk. 14th. IBN 18 is in 15th. Andy Allen 16th. Banisher being 17th, and Suspension right back there in the Ferrari at the moment, who has had an awful start this evening. So I'm looking for the battles now, and I'm looking very closely at these lot. And look at that Mercedes just making a move of Almighty Cloud there. He goes into P4, but he's got that Haas chasing him down, and Emery Boss is not going to let him away with that too easily. And Emery's going to try the inside move here, and he's going to try him up through the start and finish line. 1:48.702 for Bonifay. Will he try the inside move on the right-hander? No, he's going to go for the outside move. He might just cut into the inside, but he's gone into the outside, and he's not going to make that stick. He loses a little bit of traction there, but he's hanging on in really well, and these two are having a great little battle so far on P4, or lap 4, sorry. Quite a bit of separation going on here, so everybody has found their pace on with Porky. And we're on with Dark Devil now. Dark Devil's trying to make a move on Rossi Woe. That's Williams versus Kick. Into the right-hander they go. They don't touch the curbs, not when it's wet. Into the left-hander they go. You can see the cars just drifting ever so slightly in the corners. So it's difficult conditions here in Shanghai this evening, and the rain is not letting up. On with Daza. Right in there in P10. Daza's chasing down the Dark Devil. On with Andy Allen. In the Ferrari, taking on IBN 18 in the Mercedes, and Andy seems to have a bit of pace here going out of that corner, and now he's on the drift, and he's got the lag behind. Can he make a move on the straight? No, he's going to have to back off. No point doing the dive bombs. Nice driving, Andy. Well done. On with Setters. Oh, that Williams goes wide there, but Setters is just staying in behind for the meantime, but I think there's an inevitable move going to be happening here very shortly. So difficult to make the overtakes in the rain. You're relying solely on your battery, so battery management in this race is really, really inevitable. But I can tell you now that rain is still hammering down here, and the intermediates are going to have to be kept on for a while longer, if not the whole race. So Bonifay in the Aston Martin has got a 4.5 second lead over Kears, who's also in the Aston Martin, but he's got a queue behind him, and Porky, Emery and Cloud, Rossi 46, all in there. Just have a look at them, all juggling positions here, and look at that Haas for the inside move, and he makes a lovely move there actually. Nothing wrong with that. That Haas makes a beauty, and that Haas has just got himself up, and that's Emery Boz. He's strutting his stuff, and he's now got P3. Porky's tight in behind there in the Alpine. He's going for the outside move, but blocked out by the Haas, so nothing going to happen in this corner. Ferrari going wide there. into the right-hander. On with James. James has lost 12th position, and he's going to try and get that back up Dank. So this is McLaren versus Red Bull, yeah. Oh, James takes that corner beautifully, and he's just tracking him down now. So patience is the name of the game here. On with Raging Hawk. Is Raging Hawk going to teach the young lad a lesson here? All that bumming and blowing about beating Gavin earlier in the time trial or in the practice session. Raging Hawk's going to show him who's the boss. And here comes the move, I would say, very shortly round these last turns. And I would say Raging will be taking this position soon. Depends. James is doing well. And there's a Ferrari off there. And that's Andy Allen. .147.356 for the Aston Martin of Bonifay. So he's out now by 5.8 seconds. Nice to see James nursing the battery there and just harvesting it up. And James gets that position made. And James puts himself back up in the P12 very, very temporarily. But the Red Bull of Dank just knocks him out there again. And they've gone very, very wide there. And the Hawk will be all over this. Oh, set up beautifully for an inside move here. That's pretty good driving by all three of them there. A lot of courtesy and a lot of manners being thrown out there. But Hawk's just all over the back of this McLaren, and he needs to make a move as soon as he possibly can, but he's not going to rush it. On with Emery. Emery's now starting to show a lot of pace here in P3, and he's now chasing down Kears in the Aston Martin here. And I do think that there's going to be a real battle going on here. Let's go on with him. He's going to go for the outside move. Both go round that corner nicely. Oh, a wee bit of touchy wheels there, but nothing at all to be worried about. Aston Martin goes wide round the corner, tucks in behind him, and I think we're going to have a move here by the Aston Martin of Piers, possibly. Into the right-hander, they're going to go. Look at the speed of the Aston on the outside. Is he going to do the cut-in? Does the Haas go wide? No, he holds the corner really, really well, and that just does not allow the Aston Martin of Piers to make the move. So Emery Boss is totally in charge of the second position at the moment. 7 seconds behind Bonifay. In P4, we've got Almighty Cloud. In P5, we've got Porky Lemar. In P6, we've got WRT Rossi. Setters in 7 in the Racing Bull. Rossi is in 8. This is our new driver, doing very well in the Williams. Dark Devil 9th, and he's got Daza right behind him in the Racing Bull. And Helmuth is in P11. Dark Fiber is in 12th, but there's a battle going on there too. And that looks like James is trying a move. Oh, he's going for a late break. Oh, they just touched together. And that's okay. I don't think it was too bad. James up into P12. Quite an aggressive move there. Andy Allen, P15 in the Ferrari. And he's chasing down Raging Hawk now. So these four guys now in a little battle. I don't know what's going on with suspension whatsoever. Don't know. On with Daza. .146.992, so 7.5 seconds in the lead, in the rain. Shanghai, China, WERC Racing League on a Friday night. I'm Gavin Bass 1, and lots of stuff going on here at the minute. Almighty Cloud trying something here. Look at these two inside for the Mercedes, and the Mercedes is trying it and gets it, and he gets P3. The Aston Martin just has to check out and follow in behind the Mercedes, and this is really good stuff going on for P3 and P4. There's your position changes. WRT Rossi, P5 at the moment. He's up 5 positions. Sorry, P6. Dark Devils up 5 positions as well. Dank and Raging Hawk both up 3 positions. And Emery Boss up 5 and Almighty Cloud up 5. So quite a few moves. The biggest loser at the moment looks to be Daza, or Andy Allen, sorry. Daza's down 5, but he'll pick some of those positions back, I'm quite sure. No stops made so far. Everybody's still on the intermediates and no penalties. Yeah, absolutely. Suspension, just keeping going, and that's the main thing. Let's just give him a bit of love here. All out on his own, but he's just flying away there, and that's the right thing to do. Just grind it out, suspension. Just get to know the track and get better and better as the weeks go on. You're doing a good job. Oh, just lost it there. Oh, have you caused a safety car there? No, I don't think so, but I think you've just cost yourself a wing. Suspension is really struggling with grip here. I don't know what's wrong with that, but I don't think suspension is having a good on with Kears. On with Daza. Racing Bull versus the Kick Saba, and that's Dark Devil and Daza are in a little battle together here. So let's see how Daza goes. Caution. What's that caution? It's away again, just a temporary yellow flag. I've got a feeling that suspension is really trying hard not to lose traction there. If you're listening to suspension, I don't know whether you're driving with traction control on medium, but it might be an idea just for a while to give yourself full traction and full ABS for a while, just till you get yourself sorted. I have a suspicion that he's on a default setup, or possibly a setup more for TT. Yeah, John, I agree with you there. Something's just not going right. I would say it's more a traction control issue, and if I was him, I would definitely consider changing onto full traction and full ABS. So the yellow flag's out, and I'm going to go on with Andy Allen, because Andy is really trying hard to get onto the back of LFC James. Oh, he gets a lot of pace out of that left-hander. Yeah, there's not a thing wrong, John, with using full traction. I don't think it really makes a hell of a big difference at our level. Andy Allen all over the back of LFC James. Can he make a move? Can James hold him off? Everybody that's just tuned in and watching the race tonight, I'm Gavin Bass 1, and this is WERC Racing at Shanghai in wet conditions. Lap 11 of 28. And right now, Bonifay is running away with this late race at a 12.8 second lead and gaining. But there's battles going on everywhere, and there's quite a little battle going. Oh, the Ferrari gets it wrong there. I think he just got tapped there, and James is going to pull away, and Andy's going to have to reset and get back on the back of him. Yellow flag. That yellow flag just continues to come out, and it looks like suspension is now ghosting. Or is that because he's just being lapped? I'm not too sure, but he's got himself a 3-second penalty for his troubles. Oh, nice move being made there by the Haas and the Visa Cash app. That's Emery Boz taking up that 7th position from Pines, wanting a wee bit of it too. Porky's right in there on the inside. Action coming out of that, but I don't think he's going to get the position. He's going to try the inside move, late breaks, and gets the inside move done beautifully, and he has now got himself up into P8. Nice move by Porky there in the Alpine. So an awful lot of separation, and at that stage it's always a good time just to run down the drivers one by one. In P1, in the Aston Martin, is Bonifay, absolutely dominating this race at Shanghai with a 14.5 second lead over Almighty Cloud in the Mercedes. Here are your tyre situations as well. I'll just keep them up for a while because they're now all on 11 laps and 12 laps of these mediums. Or intermediate, sorry, and some people have made a stop. So let's have a look at those stop situations. Emre has made a stop, Porky's made a stop, Dark Devil and Dank have made a stop. Suspension has decided to DNF and come back next week and have another go suspension. Nothing to be ashamed about. You tried hard and you dug in for quite some time. So just keep at it, sir. In P3, you've got Kears in the Aston Martin. Then you've got Rossi 46 in P4 in the Williams. P5 is Setters in the Racing Bull. Emery Boz is in P6, but he's got Rossi, the new driver this evening. I had the pleasure of doing the test drive with this young lad, and I'll tell you what, he ain't no slouch, and he's going to do very well in this league as he settles in. In P8, you've got Porky Lemore in the Alpine. He's had to stop. Daza P9, P10 is Helmuth in the Racing Bull, or the Red Bull, sorry, and in 11th is a great 11th spot at the moment for Raging Hawk. He started P18. LFC James is still holding his own in 12th position, doing really, really well. This lad is starting to come on great, and I'm proud of him. Keep it going, James, and just concentrate and focus on keeping the car on the track. Don't worry too much about what's going on around you, but just keep an eye on other drivers and make sure that they have room to pass or you pass them safely. Andy Allen, P13. Poor Andy was stressed out at the beginning of this race with an early start, so he had to get the positions all put back together again. Done a great job, and Andy's now hopefully trying to enjoy a little battle here in P13. IBN, he is in 14th in the Mercedes, and Dark Devil right in there behind him in P15. Dank Fiber is in 16th and Banisher being in 17th. So there you have it. You guys jumping into the pits now. So I'm going back down with Andy. He's looking like he might be on a battle here. So he's tracing down LFC James once again. LFC James is chasing down the Hawk. He's going for an inside move on the Hawk. And look at that. He's taking the inside. The Hawk just gets a tap there. Did he survive it? Yes, he did. But he's starting to drift, and he must start to be thinking about a tyre change here. Real wee battle going on here, and James has got himself up into 10th position. So he's doing well. The young lad is doing well. He's only 14 years of age, and he needs to focus on his concentration. But the Raging Hawk is right on his tail, and the Hawk will not let him away with too much. Into the left-hander he goes. There you go. There's experience versus young fella. Hawk is just tracking him down, and you know what Hawk's doing? He's just going to sit on his tail and he's going to wait for James to make a mistake. But we've been talking about that, James. Don't make the mistake and just run your own race. Do what you're doing and you'll do fine. The Hawk's in the inside. He's trying so hard, and James is holding him off. But here comes Hawk now. 73% of the battery. Misfit Jones 86 has put a message. I'm going to throw something out there just to add a little trepidation for later. I think it will dry up before the end with 3 or 4 laps to go in the dry. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Wouldn't that be wonderful? I hope you're right. So the Hawk takes 10th position. Andy Allen's now in 11th. James is in the pits. He didn't speed in the pit lane, so there's lots of good things happening with this young lad at 14 years old. Puts on another set of inters, gets a really good stop, and out he goes. And he's now just going to run his own race in a bit of clean air. And let's see if James can just put in solid lap after lap. Let's see the stops. So, Helmuth, Raging Hawk, Andy Allen, IBN 18, and Banisher all still to make that stop. So they all need to do it, and all those guys sitting in behind there will definitely gain some positions. But I'm just going to try and pick out some of the battles that are going on, and they're few and far between. But Dank is on a bit of a flyer here, and he's going to try and take Daza down the straight. They'll go into this left-hander. Dare not touch the left-hand curb here. If you do, your history. But the Red Bull's going well. The rain is still tumbling down here in Shanghai, and we've got some really good stuff going on, but an awful lot of separation. Dark Devil is on IBM now, and Dark Devil's going to try and steal that position off the Mercedes in 11th. But with no DRS, it's very, very difficult to gain position. Listen to those tires spinning up. Emery Boss, 14.3 seconds out there. He's also made a stop, so he is absolutely dominating this race. Raging Hawk is taking these tyres quite a distance, and he must be starting to think about a pit stop. P8 for Raging Hawk. I'm keeping a very close eye out tonight, and the guy that I'm going to give commentators driver of the day to will be the person who keeps it clean, doesn't cause any havoc, and makes the most position changes from their starting grid, or even somebody who's had an outstanding race from start to finish. So there's quite a few contenders, and I'm not going to mention any names just now, but come about lap 20 to 22, I'm going to start talking about the possibilities of the driver of the day whenever everybody is on their final set of tyres and in the correct track position. Raging Hawk, I'm on board with him, and I'm just going to have a look at the stop situation. He has taken these tyres quite a distance, and I think we're going to have to see him coming in after these left-hand and right-hand turns. Fastest lap, 1:45.462 for our Aston Martin driver. That's Bonifay, who's romping this race so far. All McKeers. Keers is on the back of Porky Lemar, and we seem to have a little battle starting on here with the Aston and the Alpine. Watch the frogs on the track, guys. On with Helmuth. Helmuth's trying to make a move on James. That McLaren's harvesting away at the battery, so he's playing a really good game. He's saving up the energy for the straights. Into the left-hander they both go. That Red Bull's chasing them down.
Quite as bad. 10 years ago. That's it for me. Probably for you too.
Helmuth is trying everything. Let's ride on board with him in the Red Bull.
You never call for help, don't you?
A Raging Hawk still out on the first set of intermediates. Is he going to pit? Lap 18. He gets 18 laps out of those intermediate tires. I would put a bet on that he's going to pit, or is he going to prove me wrong? He's going to prove me wrong. He's going for 19. Interesting strategy. On with Rossi. Whoa. Rossi's now trying a move to get into P10. He's in P10 and he's going to try and take Dark Devil into P9. Nice little battle starting here too. So some little individual battles starting to start at Shanghai this evening. The Racing Bull, or the Kick Saba, gets a little bit squirrely there, but I'm just going to run down the positions now. Everybody has made that one stop. Thonafay, 14.7 seconds in the lead. He could stop, have some chili beef along with extra special fried rice, a tin of Diet Coke, and he could park, have it, and still win this race. Emery Boss, second in Haas. He's doing great there. Second spot for Emery. Mercedes of Almighty Cloud, P3, but he's got Keir starting to... Oh, somebody goes way wide there, and that was Porky Lemar. He gets it very wide on that turn. WRT Rossi, P6, Setters, P7 in the Racing Bull. Raging Hawk, P8, great race from him so far. Dark Devil is right in there, P9, and Rossi's right behind him, still fighting for that 9th position. Daza, P11, Dank is in P12 in the Red Bull, and he's just been taken. James has been taken. Gotta keep it clean, lads. And clean it was. That's all you do. You keep it clean. You take your chances. On with LFC. James, can he make a move back? I'm glad he didn't try that move. So the maturity of the 14-year-old is starting to show, and he is now starting to learn the racecraft of Formula One. I hope I don't give him any commentator's curse, but he's having a real great little battle here with Helmuth, and I'm sure he is delighted with himself tonight. I know it's only a P14, but you've stayed in and you're doing the race very well. I think the rest of the drivers will give you some credit for what you're doing tonight. Rossi, P9. So the Raging Hawk has decided that he'll put on a new set of intermediates. I think what he was probably doing is trying to see if that rain backed off. took those intermediates as far as he could, thinking that he would maybe be able to stick on a set of dry tyres, but he did have to pit in the end. He's now a few seconds down on Andy Allen, but he'll start to catch now. Everybody's made the one stops. Let's see exactly what the tyre situation is. So Raging Hawk is on a fresh set, and everybody else has between 3 and 9 laps done on those intermediates. 8 laps to go, lap 20, and here we are in Shanghai in China. And I don't know, but it looks like the rain just might be easing off ever so slightly. Andy Allen. Into the right-hander. Andy's right on the tail of IBN at the moment. We could just see a move on the start and finish grid here because he took 60% of battery. He takes that really wide. So he loses a wee bit of distance between that and the Mercedes of IBN. And he was just lining up for a move there, but hasn't been able to do it. On with Almighty Cloud in the Mercedes, and he's now in contention for P2. Just listen to those tires spinning up. And somebody's just going into the pits again for another stop. It looks like Emery Boz is going in for another pit stop in P3 in the Haas. What's he going to do? Is Emery going to try something a bit different? Or is he going to put on another set of intermediates? On goes another set. So he's going for the 2 stops. A lot of guys going into the pits, so they're all jumping on to a fresh set of intermediates. That tells me that the rain's here for the rest of the 7 laps. So John, you got it wrong. It's going to be a wet race, continued right through to the end. On with Setters. He's in the pits, and on goes another set of tyres for him. So I think we may just be very close to being on all of the stops and all of the tyres for the final bit of this race. Just look at the top. Yeah, it looks like the only person that might have to go in again is possibly Rossi W and also Dark Devil and Dank. I just don't know. John says there's still time. The optimist that he is. But there you have it. LFC James in the McLaren versus Helmuth in the Red Bull. 6-lap-old intermediates versus 5-lap-old intermediates. James is still on the track. This lad has always been renowned for a wee bit of reckless driving and a wee bit of lack of track awareness. But I can tell you, he just gets a bit of a late break there, but he rescues it okay. If you're listening, James, settle yourself down. You're in P12, and that is a brilliant position for your first race. Really trying under your new instructions. Emery Boz, inside move being done in the Haas. Will he make it stick? Yes, he does. He takes the Williams of Rossi, but they're having a little battle, and that goes a bit wide for Emery, and Rossi holds on to that position. Emery's tucking right back in there behind. He's going to put Rossi under immense pressure here. He just thought about the inside move and then thought better of it. Oh, he drifts around that corner. Emery's on a bit of a roll here. I can see a move being made very soon, and I think that Williams is definitely going to have to give way. There's the inside move. Does he get the... Oh, he drifts around the corner. Lots of room being given by each driver, so that's really respectful stuff coming from Rossi. Emery Boss, P4, and Rossi's taking the inside line there in the Williams. So great scrap going on there. Down to Andy Allen. Andy's having a decent race, in fairness. After all the stress he suffered, he's still having a decent race. Raging Hawk, P15. Oh gosh, commentary curse. Andy spins, and the Hawk gets into P14, and he's now going to chase down. Andy comes onto the track. Oh, he's doing a bit of Berlin. Andy's doing a bit of dancing on ice for Gavin Bass tonight. Well done, Andy. Back at it, and you're now chasing down Dark Devil. At least you're still having a race. Enjoy it, bud. LFC James, 12th. Helmet. That rain looks to me like it's getting heavier, John. Helmuth makes the inside move. His teammate takes a wee bit of a wobbler there, and Helmuth gets up in the 10th. Oh, James, don't be impatient. Don't be going back to your old ways. You're doing good. Keep it on track. Settle yourself down. On the Raging Hawk. Oh, he's braked very late. He does it beautifully. Takes the outside line. Can he make something work here? He's tight in behind IBN 18, and Hawk is trying really hard to get up into that 13th position. These are the two owners of the league. This is PSS versus WERC. Who's going to take it? IBN versus Raging Hawk. Inside he tries. The two league owners are having a battle. Oh, I didn't know you were a steward, John. I forgot about that. So you're probably having a good old watch. So the battle of the league owners is still continuing. Raging Hawk over on to IBN, and they're trying so hard. But Fonafe is running away with this race right now, and I'm going to start to talk about driver of the day. Nobody's carrying any penalties, so let's have a look at those position changes. Almighty Cloud is up 6 positions. Fonafe is your broadcast, and I'm spectating because I didn't get in to the able to take a start. Ah, yeah, okay, no bother. IBN Raging Hawk, sorry, still fighting away here. Lap 24. We inside cut trying to be made here. He's going to take the corner, is he? No, he's going to have to dig in behind. Oh, the Red Bull goes really, really wide there. And that was Dank Fiber. He went very wide, and he just might get taken for that. Let's see. Yes, he did. IBN, and there's the Red Bull going wide again there. So position changes all over the place, and IBN is now catching, and the Raging Hawk and IBN are having a class little race together. LFC James sitting in 11th position. He's only 1.3 seconds behind Helmuth. A P11 would be a fantastic finishing position for him. Just drive carefully. Don't make any mistakes. Don't take those curbs. Not worth it, sir. Not in the rain. Concentrate and keeping the gap on IBN, and you're going to get a P11. The battle continues between the two league owners. These two guys are going to have a great chat later, but the Raging Hawk is all over the back of IBN 18, and IBN is going to know it, and he's going to try and defend for his life here. Lap 24. Oh, Andy Allen hasn't finished, and there's a yellow flag. What happened to Andy? Has there been an incident? Is that yellow flag a safety car? I'm supporting James as well because I'm coaching him at the moment, and he's just a young lad who needed a little bit of guidance, John, and I'm really, really proud to say that he has listened and he's doing very, very well, but will not speak too soon until the race is over. But Andy Allen, DNF'd, suspension, DNF'd, down to 16 drivers, lap 25 of 28, and Bonifay has just run away with this race in first position. In second, Almighty Cloud in 6 positions up into P2. Here's is in P3 in the Aston, and Emery Boss P4 in the Haas. WRT Rossi 5th in the Williams, and the Alpine of Porky Lemur is in 6th. Setters is in P7th with Rossi Woe in P8. Daza is in P9. Helmuth P10, and LFC James is in P11, and he's only 7/10 behind that Red Bull, who's starting to get a bit squirrely. So James just needs to sit in there and just wait and see if he makes a mistake and do an overtake if he can. P12, IBN, Raging Hawk still on the back of him, and these two team owners are having a real battle together. In the 14th is Dank, and he's got Dark Devil right behind him. And right back at the back is Banisher, and Banisher is not having the best race this evening, but he'll come back and have another blast next week. That's for sure. Back on with Raging Hawk. Here comes the move. Inside he goes. Can he make this stick? It's going to be a braking exercise into this right-hander. I hope it's not ending in tears. IBN protects his line, does it perfectly, and Raging Hawk has to just sit in behind once again, and he's trying to... Oh, no, he's going to try the outside move. No, he's not. He's just going to sit in. Brilliant. Great stuff. Brilliant racing. And these two guys are having an absolute blast tonight. LFC James back in here, and he's got the position of 11th place. Some really, really decent drivers behind him tonight. Concentrate, concentrate, concentrate. 2 laps to go. IBN and Raging Hawk are now in P11 and are 12 and 13, still having a fantastic race, but we've now got a 4-ball race here, and it's now all down to these 4 guys to see who gets that prestigious 11th position tonight. Raging Hawk, or James makes a mistake there, but he still holds it. But look, IBM and Raging Hawk still having a blast. Hawk goes out the outside. Can he make it stick? No, he can't. Inside, still can't make it stick. IBM still, oh, the Hawk gets it. He gets it. And oh, James gets it squirrely. The touched wheels there. He needs to reset. The Hawk's right on the back of James now. And this is a real battle here. Inside the racing boot. Oh, the kick goes inside. Doesn't quite make it work. James still holding his position and fending it off. Lap 27. James, if you're listening, don't do anything stupid. Hawk's got more pace. Don't be frightened to let him go. Honestly, 12th position is still a really good position. Sit in there. Oh, he takes him back. The Hawk takes it back, or the Hawk gets taken by James. 11th position for the McLaren. So absolute battle going on here. IBN and Hawk still having an absolute class battle together. Lap 27 of 28. Oh, the Hawk goes for the inside move. He gets it, does he? He does indeed. He makes it stick, but IBN is now right on his tail, and Hawk's now after the McLaren. But James is still trying his very, very best here, but the Hawk seems to have an awful lot of pace. Lap 28. Absolute battle here for P10 and 11. Hawk goes in the inside. Oh, please, guys, don't take each other out on the last lap. What a battle going on between these guys. The Hawks on the inside, James on the outside. The kick makes it stick, and I'm just going to go to the leaders and bring them home. In P1, dominated race is Fonafay, and Fonafay has got the race win tonight by a long shot. He's now going to take over the back marker. And I'm going to bring them home one by one. Your race winner tonight is Fonafay. In second, it looks like we've got Almighty Cloud. Fonafay's going to go over the line. Great race, sir. Well done. Absolutely brilliant. Almighty Cloud in P2 at the moment. He's definitely going to get a P2. Kears is in P3. Emery Boss is in P4. Rossi is in P5. Porky Lemar is trying to make a very last move on the Williams. Can Porky get that P5 position? Absolute battle going into the right-hander. Left and right, tire by tire. Great race there to the end. Setters P7. Rossi P8. Daza P9 at the moment. And this battle continues. James is still out front. He's got a near enough a second lead over IBN and Raging Hawk. James has done fantastic tonight. Helmuth takes the final right-hander. Daza having a battle there. James gets P11, IBN P12, Raging Hawk gets P13, Dark Devil, DNF, Dank is in 15th. And Banisher Bane is in 16th, and I'm just going to stay with Banisher and get him over the line safely in the Haas. What a great race. Absolutely fabulous race. Fastest lap, Fonafay. Race winner, Fonafay. Driver of the day, Raging Hawk. Rossi, whoa, most overtakes. A cleanest driver, Dazi. So there you have it. I'm just going to go on to the race director and I'll go through the incidents just in case anybody watching a stream back, like John, the steward. Not very many incidents tonight. Absolutely fabulous stuff and absolutely amazing. There's your positions. Fonafay, Almighty Cloud, Kears, Emery Boss, Porky Lemar, Rossi, Setters, Rossi Woe, Daza, Helmuth, LFC James 11th, IBN 12th, Raging Hawk 12th, Dark Devil 14th, Dank Fiber 15th, 16th, Banisher Bane, Andy on suspension in DNFs there. So a brilliant race had by all this evening. A lot of people could have won the driver of the day there. But you know what? I'm having to give the driver of the day. I'm going to announce it now. I'm going to announce it to the driver of the day has to be, and for this reason, and it's for no other reason, is LFC James. The reasons I'm doing it is he has hardly finished a race in the last lot of months. He's had crap luck. He's only 14 years old. The people that came first, second, and third deserved it. They're good guys. They're regularly always very fast. And I don't think there's anybody in this league that would deprive LFC James of the driver of the day, because he fought hard with Hawk and IBN. He kept his position a lot of the times. He didn't make too many mistakes. And he has been being coached by me all week to try and race better and have better awareness. And it's not favoritism whatsoever on my part because I've been helping him race. It's because he delivered a plan that was given to him tonight. He carried it out and he got himself a P11 in a very competitive race along with some very, very good drivers. I don't think anybody will disagree with it. As much as I would love to have given it to 2 or 3 other guys, one of the guys I'd like to shout out obviously is Fonafay for an amazing domination. And the other person I would like to shout out to is Cloud, had a brilliant race as well. And also our new lad that came along during the week, Rossi, he also had a very respectful race tonight, as did every single driver on the track. I'm sure IBN, the owner of this league, will be delighted with the racecraft and the manners and the patience of a lot of the drivers tonight that all subscribed to a fabulous racing night for WERC Racing. That's your World Racing Championships, Esport Championships on a Friday night. I've really enjoyed it. I've been Gavin Bass, and as always, it's a massive, massive thank you to everybody who runs the league, and it's a massive thank you to everybody who tuned in tonight and give me a bit of support on Twitch, especially John, who is always on with me and always keeping me company and giving me information. And sometimes he sees stuff that I don't see. So thanks, John, for that. And thanks to IBN for running a super league. And you had a super race with one of the lads there this evening from the PSS Racing League, and that was Raging Hawk. So from me, all my thank yous have been done. I'm Gavin Bass 1. Really, really enjoyed that and look forward to coming back tomorrow evening with PSS for their Saturday drive, and then at 6 o'clock on Sunday for their World Car Championships new season starting on Sunday evening. Hope everybody that watched enjoyed the commentary tonight, and remember, keep it clean, keep her lit, and I'll see you all very soon. Cheers and over and out.
Engines fade, the helmet's down. Tonight, the city wears the crown. Neon rivers through the sky. Shanghai wakes and time flies by. From the barn to the towers that touch the stars, they walk together no matter who they are. Lights of Shanghai burning bright, champions wandering into the night. Side by side where the roads unwind, racers at heart, they find the world feels small when the skyline shines. Dreamers together, no need to drive.